Alright, we got water, we got a group pull here, another fresh one, and we got some poo going on. Dan versus Clover. Dan, I wouldn't say he's quote unquote new to this game, but he is notably a beginner player, but not as beginner as Clover here. Fun fact: they are my Splatoon 2. They're my Splatoon 3 teammate, and my Splatoon team. And oh, the cogs are definitely turning for Clover here as they get a nasty 3 chain that Dan had no choice but to respond to. But of course, Dan kind of turning the cogs. This will be kind of a bit of a turning the cogs moment for both players here, as they just you're gonna see a lot of stalling or waiting. That's players just thinking where to go with their pieces. So it's a lot common in this game for a beginner player. So if you are one of these players, don't feel bad about it, because as you can see here, even in tournaments, there are players who have to think before they place their piece. But as time goes on, they will become faster because they won't have to think as much. So we will give them the time to growth here. But Dan's gonna be taking his first point here. Clover, uh, as I said before, brand new to the game. Actually had them play the SNES Super Puyo 2 on SNES before I got them a copy of this game, and they loved it a lot. And they actually asked their friends to play with them all the time. So there is there is hope. So we just need to get them locked into building chains a little bit. Well, just chains in general. Because right now the biggest they've done is a 3, but Dan has an idea how to build stairs as well. So that is going to be a little bit tough for Clover, but they do have the time to kind of look at their chain and think, maybe I can attack here and stop Dan from chaining enough if I just lock in. As Clover, like repeatedly quotes in this game for themselves, fuck it, we ball. That is literally what they say all the time. Or makes them explode, or makes the Puyo's chain with their mind, which is kind of like a team inside joke that we use, even though it's not that inside, but still. But a little bit of turn the cogs here mode for Clover, as they got two chains back to back, covering up Dan's red trigger for his stairs, but Dan will, of course, break that chain by actually chaining of his own. That made no sense. But yeah, Clover turning cogs a little bit here, so they are thinking. That brain do be thinking though. But of course, Dan himself will be the one in control here. So Clover will have to play a little bit faster, but of course, still new at the game, so they need to wait a little bit. They need that time. Goes for early 2 chains instead of trying to finish the whole stair chain, or the whole staircase. So a little bit of a DIY there. I wonder if they're gonna put their blue. No, they're gonna just set their blues off there. Even though they could have put on column 2, so that way, if they mashed up greens, it would have looped back around to the other blues. So once again, you're gonna see like players in this caliber kind of like flounder or struggle, but again, players of all skill levels kind of have their own hurdles to go through. So theirs right now is just one's more speed than the other, and the other one's kind of just like a bit of clear decision in a way. So they just need a little bit of a push in the right direction. Dan probably opted for stairs, but instead of misdrop, so he might be doing a pseudo GTR here. By the looks of things, okay, another questionable decision, but looks to be working all the same. Clover, once again, turning the cogs up there. They're getting it. Sometimes you gotta be so patient. You just gotta watch. But that's good. I like watching newer people play. I don't know if I said anything else outside of that, but yeah, I meant newer players, more beginner level players. It's just fun to see them turn the cogs, and then they get it, they just pop off. It's just so funny to me. It's also endearing, so I like it. Let's see. Once again some serious action from Dan here. Clover seems to be making some, maintaining some shape knowledge here. I will give Clover props where it's due, though. Their reaction timing so far to Dan's attacks. Dan set off a 2-chain, and Clover just instinctively knew, okay, I need to set a 2-shotting off here too. So that type of reflex, really good for learning how to get into for Puyo. And unironically, it helped me as a Splatoon player, even though they're 2 different games for reflexes. So really good on both ends on there. But unfortunately for Clover, Dan will be getting a power forward here, and Clover doesn't like to have much resources to be going off of here, so they will be taking another tumble here, and Dan will be taking another point to make it 6-0, which is always nice to see here for any player. The clock's starting to turn for Clover here, though. They're getting the 3 stairs shape down. They can just place a blue in column 3 and then 2 more in column 6 without popping that, or they can just do that. Again, they know about this all the time because we VC and play this game all the time. Or not all the time, but we play it sometimes, or I watch them play it. You know, you see, like they have the vision. They just need to extend that vision, I guess you could say. But still good. We will cheer for. We do be cheering for Clover here. Not to downplay Dan or anything, but you know, we got to give the underdog story an underdog story, and this is just the start of it. Pretty soon they're going to be making 9 chains right out of their ass. Do people get offended if I swear in my own videos? They probably do, but it's my video, so I don't really hear that much. But I do keep it to a minimum for the community. So you're welcome for the one time I think about someone else other than myself. Feelings wise. So not much that Clover can really do here. Again, they're kind of just topped out. They kind of just wanted to dig down, play a little bit of digging / excavation mode, but didn't really get the pieces. That's going to be a clean 7-0 for Dan here.